Good evening, good evening, bonsoir, buenas noches to investors in North and South America. Ohio, good investor. 안녕하세요, 各位早晨. Good morning to investors in Asia. Buenas noches, good night to investors in Europe and Africa. I'm Daniel Yu speaking from Hong Kong. It's 15th May here and 14th May in Wall Street. This week, I have 4 game changes which can reverse the market to talk about. Number 1, Patriot anti-missile system intercepted hypersonic missile. Number 2, D-Day and X-Day. Number 3, turning point of inflation. Number 4, battle on ChatGPT. And lastly is the stock recommendations. Don't look down upon these game changes. Subscribe, like and share. Remember to click the bell please. Watch our playlist again so as to grasp the continuous trend of the market and refresh your mind. The Russian hypersonic missile came into service in December 2017. Putin said in the next 30 years, no anti-missile system can intercept it. Therefore, the US dare not to fight with Russia in the next 30 years. In March 2022, just 1 month after starting the fighting in Ukraine, Joe Biden said it's almost impossible to stop it. On May 4th, Thursday, Russia used a Dagger hypersonic missile to attack Kiev. On May 6th, Saturday, Ukraine said they downed a missile similar to Dagger hypersonic, but still need to find out the relics to confirm, for it is hard to believe such hypersonic missiles can be shot down by Ukraine soldiers. On May 8th, Monday, Ukraine confirmed at least 1 hypersonic missile was downed and confirmed by relics on the ground. On May 9th, Tuesday, the Pentagon confirmed that altogether 8 Daggers were intercepted by the Patriot anti-missile system. The Patriot is manufactured by Raytheon Technologies, RTX. It is a backronym of Phased Array Tracking Radar to Intercept on Target, and thus known as Patriot. Don't be misled. We must have a clearer look. What made the impossible become possible? Why did Russia have to develop the hypersonic missile? It is because the US developed the 5th generation fighter F-35, which is invincible, and no anti-air system can detect it. The 5th generation fighters of Russia were weaker than the F-35 and hard to chase up. Therefore, they tried from another angle, which is the hypersonic missile. Why is it invincible? We can have a look at this chart. The upper curved line is a traditional ballistic missile. It can be seen the trajectory is in a regular path. For far distance anti-missile system, they can use the CIM-10 Bukhmut, which is a cooperation of Boeing and Michigan Aeronautical Research Center. NASAMS and IRIS-T are for mid-distance, FAT for re-entering the atmosphere high sky system. Patriot is for low sky, and Javelin is shoulder type. Different systems for different usages. The Dagger is powerful not only because of its speed, which is 10 Machs, that is 10 times of sound speed, but also has a plasma cloud running ahead of it to prevent the detection of radars. It is shot by MiG-31, which is already flying at supersonic speed of Mach 2, so it can easily de-accelerate up to Mach 10. But some people say it's exaggerated. The speed should be Mach 5 to Mach 6, but do not be misled by the term hypersonic. It is powerful not just because of its speed, but also of its path is shuttling up and down, not as smooth as conventional ballistic missile. So it is even harder to calculate the trajectory, for it is changing up and down all the way. So that's why Putin said in the next 30 years it could not be shot down. And Biden said it's almost impossible to shoot it down. When shooting from planes inside Russia, it can arrive Kiev in a few minutes, and the trajectory is low and hard to detect. What made this possible? They have chips for now. Chips from NVIDIA, INTC, TSM, and Samsung are helpful. They had not disclosed which type is installed yet. A Patriot battery needs 90 people to operate and maintain it, and Ukraine has sent them to US for training since January. The first Patriot system arrived in Ukraine on 19th April. It is PET-3, the latest system from the US, endowed with latest chips for faster calculation to catch the irregular trajectory. It is said to be a game changer. After the Russian Dagger, China is the second country that develops hypersonic missiles, and the US is the third, because they want to find out a new anti-missile system. now proved no need, just upgrade the chips and can be done. Germany and the Netherlands are providing the MIM-104 Patriot system, and Ukraine troops have been sent for training. When Patriot was first introduced, the cost of each missile was $5 million, now lower to $3 million, while the cost of Dagger is $10 million. So in terms of cost, Patriot already won the battle. It is really a game changer. Other game changers are the D-Day and X-Day. D-Day is the focus of both Russia and Ukraine. Russia want to use the May 9th Victory Day to get full control of Bukhmut, which had been in stalemate for 9 months. Ukraine also wanted to use Bukhmut as the starting counter-offensive. I have already said numerous times that the grand attack would start after May 6th, the start of summer, and also shown a group of cameramen gathered around the metro system of Hong Kong University to shoot for the start of summer. Actually, for the past weeks, Ukraine attacked the all-reserve tankers of Russia as just a prelude, and the focus now starts in Bukhmut, which is known as Spring Counter-Offensive. Even though the advance is just 3 kilometers in downtown, it equals to 6 metro stations in New York, London, and Paris, but only 3 stations in Hong Kong. But getting hold of the center of downtown on Russian Victory Day is a blow to Russia. It's a symbol of victory, as in the D-Day of landing of Normandy. Even World War II still had to fight for 1 more year, but the landing already made clear which side will be the final winner. The main point is that Russia is in shortage of supplies, but the supply of Ukraine is endless. However, Ukraine called for a halt even though the total area regained is limited. That is the light blue color of this red map, for they are waiting for further supplies. What supply? NATO already said 98% of the supply had arrived, but I have already said several times, without the F-16, they could not have air supremacy, and the most decisive battle will be on June 21st, the summer solstice. Please refer to the playlist of this channel of the videos. As for X-Day, it is the deadline of sealing of national debt, which is June 1st. JP Morgan established a situation room to monitor aspects of the capture of Bin Laden, while Goldman Sachs refers to the past that normally problems can be solved on or before the X-Day or even X hour. So which side would you support? Please refer to my daily report, the US Stock Express. Anyway, no need to worry. There is full and abundant data with tables of 7 central banks and interest rates to show the practical situation of worldwide inflation. The start of summer also brought about a turning point of inflation. The CPI announced last Wednesday is at 4.9%, just a little better than the previous of 5.0%, and still far away from the target of 2.0% of the Fed. Why is it a game changer? For the current interest rate has already risen up to 5.00 to 5.25%. That means the interest you can earn is more than inflation. Before that, when you put money into the bank, you can also get interest, but when cutting off inflation, you are at a loss. The figures are really larger, but spending power is smaller. Superficially, it is positive interest, but practically negative. But now, no matter in terms of numerical numbers or practical spending power, they are all positive. That's why I talk so much on start of summer on May 6th. Don't look down upon financial astrology and Chinese geomancy, which is also called feng shui. When Western combines with the East, the power is shocking. Neither of them should be neglected, such as the Ursa Major and Ursa Minor pattern of Nasdaq, which have been talked about for half a year since the bottom of the market occurred last October. From the meteor shower of Orion and Winter Triangle to Stonehenge in the UK, now Google had led Nasdaq to shoot up with the battle of ChatGPT. Lo and behold, these are the new plans of Google, where they use the Bard robot to fight with the OpenAI of Microsoft. I have explained carefully when choosing the ChatGPT should choose those software from top 5 of Nasdaq components, for if from developing countries are not so smart and sometimes even have prominent errors. Please refer to video 28 at 2023-0424 for areas of ChatGPT. So Nasdaq is again close above the bull market watershed of 12105. Last closing is 12284. Even though the demand for chips is weaker this year, but still promising. Let's see Google, which I have said several times, still have to recommend for the buy future after May 6th. Apple still leads the market. Microsoft is in furious battle with Google and should not be neglected. And anyway, top 5 of Nasdaq are for aggressive investors. For conservative investors, at every point they would afraid the market is too high and will drop soon, so they can invest in high dividend stocks such as QYLD. Please refer to video 2 at 2022-1024. How about those which are neither aggressive nor conservative? Can try my 3 favorite stocks, which are McDonald's, it is an evergreen tree, and KO, no matter for rich or poor, still need it. Also the Pepsi, no matter in recession or prosperity, they have a lot of fans. For semiconductor stocks are TSM, but you have to wait after purchasing. NVDA now is in close cooperation with military development. ASML is waiting for a breakthrough. Who says sell in May and go away? Who says May is poor? Every year I have to explain this to investors according to practical situation of each year and astronomical behavior and changes in feng shui of the year of rabbit rather than the saying of several decades or centuries ago. Lastly, please study well the market changes. I repeat, they are number 1, the Patriot intercepted dagger. Number 2, D-Day and X-Day. Number 3, turning point of inflation. Number 4, battle on ChatGPT. So again, subscribe, share and like. Please, sayonara, auf Wiedersehen, adieu, bye bye. See you next week.